Hey, welcome. I'm Arleigh with Bike Shop Girl. Today, I'm going to be going through the Nutcase Vio City Biking Helmet. What do I like, what do I hate, and who do I think this is for? Over the years, I have tried hundreds of cycling helmets. Some for sport, some for commuting, some for aggressive mountain biking. The trends that I'm seeing lately are that helmets are looking at ways they can make you safer externally, like built-in lights, face shields, and more. The Nutcase Vio is the latest helmet out from Nutcase, and it's a little bit different from their traditional helmets. Nutcase has been widely known for their skater-style helmets called the Street, with the nice magnetic buckle, MIPS safety system, and fabulous designs, pricing around $80. The Vio, which came out in 2021, pulls over many of their features, like the MIPS safety system, removable visor, the magnetic fidlock buckle, but also adds in two important things: lights wrapping around the helmet and much better ventilation, all for $150. The rest of the important features you should know about would include the sizing. There's a small medium, which I wear, that ranges from 55 to 59 centimeters, and a large, extra large, which ranges from 59 to 62 centimeters. I fit a size medium helmet across the board, and this helmet fits me really comfortably. I think Nutcase did a great job on paper to be able to fit a really wide range and spectrum of head sizes with 2 helmet sizes instead of 3 to 4. But I would love to hear from you. If you have a super small or larger head and test this out, please let us know in the comments what you think. Like I mentioned, I'm a size medium, so it's fairly easy for me to find a helmet that fits. At the time of recording this, there are 6 colors available to suit whatever style you like. I personally like how slick the black one looks, and they make this berry color that's also really nice looking. The lights are white in the front, orange in the side, and red on the back. It's 200 lumens on the front, and that's how bright the light is, and 65 lumens on the side and back. There are 3 different light modes that really just control the back and sides that I've found, and the front is just always on. So we have a steady, a flash, and then a slow flash. Nutcase says 3 hours of run time, but I haven't found the breakdown of this in the different modes. The helmet lights are rechargeable with a micro USB cable that is provided. I should also mention that there is a Vio Adventure, which looks exactly like this without the lights, that retails for $100. Before we jump into my pros and cons of these helmets, I do want to mention a disclaimer here that I was sent these helmets for review, but I'm sent a lot of products to try and will always give my super opinionated opinion. The pros. The most important pro in all of this is that the lights work and catch attention. So many people on my commute or in my videos ask, what type of helmet is that? Yes, the helmet light is only 200 lumens, but I'm using it to complement the light on my handlebar for my e-bikes. And then if I'm needing something super bright and it's really dark and I'm going really fast, I would switch it to a true 2C helmet light. If helmet lighting or bike lights in general are new to you, I will link below to my bike light basics video. The buckle. Silly, I know, but once you try a magnetic buckle, you'll never want to go back. The fidlock style magnetic buckle should be on all city helmets. I can use it with one hand, and I can use it if I have mittens on, which is super nice. MIPS. I appreciate this has the extra level of safety built in. I'll put a link below so you can learn all about MIPS, but it's just added protection to your helmet if you do hit the ground. With all of these features, I thought the helmet would be really heavy, like a lot of other city bike helmets that are coming out with these bells and whistles. But somehow Nutcase pulled it off that it's not that heavy. They use some sort of exo core skeleton thing. I'll put a link to the words below, but it's just a different way to build a helmet, and it's allowed it to be pretty lightweight for how much cool stuff like lights front and rear, and the magnetic buckle and the MIPS, which all typically add weight. I wanted to figure out if there was a comparable helmet just to see how the weight compares. So this helmet weighs 14 ounces. The next helmet that I found that I think is pretty comparable is the 1000 Chapters helmet, which has just a rear light that you take on and off, but it has MIPS as well at $145. And that helmet, depending on the size, range is between 12.7 and 14.5 ounces. So this has more lighting, more ventilation, and is about the same weight. The other helmet that I wear all the time is the Laser Z1, which is my long road or mountain and cyclocross helmet, and that's only 6.7 ounces. So this one's almost twice as heavy, but it has a lot of cool features in it, and it doesn't look like a true bike helmet, especially if you have the lights off. Let's talk about cons. I have 3 major cons. None of them are deal breakers, but maybe things Nutcase could improve on. First would be make it beep. The button in the back of the helmet is fairly easy to find. I do often start pushing this side, which is where you charge it, but I want this button to make an audible when I'm clicking it, because if I have my helmet on, I don't want to be asking my kids or a friend or have to take it off to see what light mode I'm in. And if the light dies when I'm riding, I want to hear it instead of getting to where I'm going and realizing that I didn't have a light blinking. So please add an audible. The visor doesn't stay on if you ever take it off. It uses these little plastic nubs, and once you've pulled it out a couple of times, the holes are just too big and then this falls off. I've never had it fall off when I'm riding, but if I take it off, have it under my arm or in my bag, this always ends up on the floor or in the bottom of my bag. Personally, I'm just gonna add a thin layer of Velcro to see if that will help. My last con is the charging, battery, and sustainable practice. So for charging, I don't know why new technology is coming out that isn't using USB-C charge cables. I think that was a pretty easy miss that they made. I'm also not figuring out a way to replace the battery or the lights if something goes wrong. So that's a little bit disappointing. Hopefully you'll get a few seasons out of this, but I really would like to see it to be repairable and replaceable so that this helmet doesn't end up in the trash when my battery isn't getting a full charge. And then finally, for being a city-focused helmet, and this is a common complaint that I have for city helmets, I would expect to see more reflective hits and trim around the helmet. It does have reflective piping threaded into the strap, but beyond that, there's nothing on the helmet. So if my lights die, there's nothing but this little logo right here that's gonna reflect back if a car or somebody else is riding near me. If you're looking for a city biking helmet, check this one out. I have just started grabbing this for all my in-town rides. If I'm riding on my road bike for long periods of time or on just bike paths, I still grab my Z1 lightweight road helmet just because it has more ventilation and less weight. But around town, I'm definitely grabbing this helmet. I think it looks good, has great ventilation, and the lighting is superb. If you're looking for an everyday do everything helmet, from riding mountain bikes or trails, hopping on your everyday bike, I still would recommend either the Laser Chameleon or the Cali Central, which I made videos on and will link below. I think those are just great all-purpose helmets that can have some basic rear lights, and those lights are replaceable, which if you're using it a lot, might really matter to you. Let me leave you with my question of the day, which is, what do you look for in biking helmets and why? Alrighty, that's a wrap. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, all of those normal requests. And remember, bike more and worry less.